Children, they don't have parents. Their parents have died at base, and like Dr. Spell said, there's one elderly lady. She just gave up her house. She gave up her home because she saw the troubles that they were going to get into on the streets, and pretty soon they would have AIDS if they continued on the streets. So she took them in, and she's no longer, although it is on a farmland, she's no longer able to, I guess, sell her stuff because she uses it, the few cows that she has to use that milk for the children, the babies. And there's a room, like we said, there are 3 rooms. There's an infant room, boys room, and a girls room. The government doesn't support them, like over here. They don't have that. So we are appealing to you to please open up your hearts and really, just give. And every little bit helps. It doesn't have to be a whole lot. You don't have to be rich. You don't have to be a doctor. You don't have to be a pastor. You don't have to be a talk show host. Certainly, I just started, and I've been giving for a while. So you can give $5. That helps. It really does. If everybody gives 5, guess what? We'll get to that $1 million. We'll get those water wells, and we can expand the home, and we can give them the books they need, and food they need, and a real kitchen. We can do that with your help.
Join Pastor Dr. Lasimba Gray and the New Sardis Baptist Church family Sunday mornings at 8 and 11 a.m. at 7739 East Holmes Road here in the beautiful city of Memphis, 38125. Come experience a church that is life-focused, Bible-based, and Christ-centered with a mission and message. In search of a church home or somewhere just to enjoy the move of God? Join us at New Sardis Baptist Church. For more information, contact us at 754-3979.
We talked about what you like best. Let's talk about what you like least.
The smog, the gas, the fumes, the diesel, that all those cars and no protection over there. That's one of the things that I couldn't imagine just living there and having to just breathe in all that soot 24/7. And then the altitude, yes, the altitude.
I think they're like a mile high.
Right. Now they've been more than a mile. They're more than a mile high.
So it's a country mile high.
Yeah. I walk up the steps and I'm like, but I really, that was the only thing that, I could see myself living there. But that's one of the things that I would probably have a problem with.
Okay.
I think that was the major problem. The
pollution.
The pollution. I'm ready to take my car through inspection because that's what they don't have, and just have fumes everywhere and smog and gas everywhere, and it's dusty. It was very difficult to breathe at times, but that's the only thing major complaint I had.
Sounds like you would go again.
Oh, definitely.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm ready to go. Yes, I will go again.
Definitely.
I'm ready to go now. If situations are favorable for us, we want to go again this year and go back and finish the commitment that we made, and then to give them hope and encouragement, whatever we're able to do at this time. It may not be all of what we promised, but at least to let them know we hadn't forgotten them, and that they're still on our heart and on our minds, and that's what I would like to do. The little food that we had to eat that day for lunch while we were on our trip, we gave it away because I saw how they shared. And when you see people that are in need share like that, it encourages you to give.
Community.
And that's what touched me about the ministry. Love Matters, and it's something that we bid into. We jumped off the plane without a parachute to do something that we had never did before. And God made a way. God brought it together. It worked. We can go now. We know we can't send crates and crates of food over there without it being hand delivered, because it fall into the wrong hands and people won't get it that really need it. But we know how to do the ministry that God have given Love Matters to do in Africa now. And that's what we're about. That's what we're about. We're not just sending money to just somebody to line their pockets or to live in a big hut where the rest of the people live in a small hut, but we're about feeding, clothing, housing, visiting the sick, those children and orphans in the school that didn't have. That's what Jesus told us to do. I enjoyed some other scenery. There's some nice shopping spots there.
Yes.
Restaurants. It was some nice shopping spots.
Well, some nice shopping spots.
And I was amazed because I had been there before and I didn't see any of those type clothing. I thought they would all be ethnic clothing.
No.
And when I went the first time, I bought lots of fabric to have somebody make something for me.
Right.
But this time, I was so shocked when we went to a store that was what I was used to, accustomed to. We were finding some of the best quality clothes, and they were very soft materials. I was blown away. I know they're known for having really soft suede and leather, but even the jeans were really soft. And I was like, oh, okay.
Well, the 100% linen and the 120 wool and what everyone's having their suits made out. We found a factory that actually makes suits. We went to a couple of factories where they're tailor-made clothes. A lot of people now in America having custom-made shirts and custom-made suits and dresses. And we found the factory where they actually make them at. And we went in, we were given a tour of the factory, and it was a blessing to see that those people, they rotate 24 hours, they're working 8-hour shifts, and they're working around the clock, turning out clothes and sending them abroad. And my thing is, we need to find a way how those group of people that God have given us to minister to their needs can benefit from, our coming there and our being a part of this ministry.
So there's definitely opportunity for business as well.
Yes, it is.
Plenty.
Yes, it is. So
you can put them to work, and you can, earn some money to go back and do even more or greater mission work.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I don't know if we're going to touch on going back to one of the questions you asked earlier about what was one of my highlights. We were in the cradle of civilization.
Definitely.
I mean, we was there. That's where the Garden of Eden supposed to have been.
Garden
Right by
of
the
Eden.
3 rivers there, and we had the opportunity at the school to see the fruit that was supposed to be in the Garden of Eden. That's what they thought.
That's what they told us.
That's what they told us. But I thought that was a great highlight, and also that the Ark of the Covenant is supposed to be there
as
a
well.
small
And
church. Axum, they're somewhere close by. So and they had a lot of history there. What was that museum?
The first
museum.
goodness.
What was her name? The
Lucy.
Lucy
is there, the oldest
we saw a lot of,
intact fossil.
King Solomon's descendants with their Sheba's son, who later became
Menelik.
King
Menelik.
Menelik. That name is very popular there.
Right.
And the descendants of David is in Ethiopia.
Right.
And so there's some foundation, rich history there. Rich history there.
Oh, definitely. Biblical history is there because, like you said, Sheba, the story is, legend is that when she went to visit King Solomon to see, she heard about this great guy, she wanted to see it. Right. And she said the half hadn't been told. The other half is they had a child. King Solomon didn't let people pass him by, so not females. So according to legend, that they had a son who's King Menelik, and descended and down through the line, you get Haile Selassie, the Emperor Haile Selassie. So we did go to the Trinity Church, remember? We saw the Trinity Church where Haile Selassie and his wife were also buried or entombed there. I thought, it's kind of hard to pick one highlight because the place was awesome with all that history. The thought of being where the Bible says the very first country mentioned in the Bible is Ethiopia. And I think that's like Genesis 2:13 that talked about Ethiopia. So and science, I guess, has backed it up by saying here's where we found the oldest full intact body. And as far as the baby too, the big deal when we were there, they ended up finding this baby that was like several million years old. And unfortunately, I would show you that, but they don't let you shoot Lucy. You can go to the museum, you can shoot a lot of things, but they don't let us shoot her. But she's there, we saw her, eyewitnesses.
Yeah, we saw her.
All right.